All right, ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, welcome to the podcast This Week in Base Hit. I am your host, Zubaz. That is my co-host, Citizen Clone. Clone, how's your week?
It's pretty good, man. I feel a little better. I was getting over a cold, ready to crank it back up. We didn't do one of these last week.
Watching playoff baseball?
Watching playoff baseball. Oh,
Can I tell
stress,
you? Can I tell
stress.
you?
Go ahead.
The anxiety's not worth it. It's
What's
just not
that?
worth it. Like I've loved the Brewers all year and I've had so much fun. I've told you on like days that the Brewers don't play, I like wonder why I'm even alive. Like I don't have anything. But then when we get to the playoffs, I cared so much that I'm ready to just like just hide for the rest of my life if they
We've
lose.
well, we're gonna have to do no matter what. By this time next week, we're gonna have to be doing a little therapy. No matter what the
Yeah, there's
situation is.
no
But
chance that one of our teams isn't dead
yeah,
by like the end of the weekend next week.
yeah. But same thing. I don't know if we're just whatever, but I'm excited, but I was thinking every time the game starts, like, oh my God, I gotta get through another 9 innings. I
Yeah,
gotta like
the
everything's gonna
game
fall
lasts so
apart.
long.
I don't know.
I
And
mean,
might be because things are going well that it actually feels like for the Brewers at least that it feels more real and more
well, the
like it
Brewers Cubs
was.
games have been 7-3 and 9-3, and all of the runs have been scored in the first two innings in both games.
Wow.
So by the time I get to the third, I'm like, I can't handle this roller coaster anymore. And it has been going well, not to jinx it, but
Yeah.
in a couple hours we're playing in Wrigley, and I'm not looking forward to that. At least the Dodgers already won on the road. Like we're going to the Lions' Den right now.
You said I've had a bad influence on you, which I
Yep.
don't. So what did you used to do? Because I always
I
this has
used to
been
always be happy,
supposed to be
always
happening.
just like happy, and then they lose, and I'd be like, I can't believe they lost. Now I spend all the time thinking doom is about to happen, and then if they
Sorry.
win, I'm
Sorry.
not even happy. I'm just relieved. Like, oh, at least I get to stave off the doom for one more day. It's the
Uh,
worst way to think, and you've infected me.
uh, I apologize.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have a choice. I feel like this is the only way I can live. I feel like and I feel like that relief feeling is awesome, and I will definitely take that relief feeling over I mean, the worst feeling to me in the world is the expecting that something good is going to happen and then it doesn't happen. So I'm always protecting. But someday we'll talk about that Ray Farmer story, which I still say is the formative experience for me. But anyway,
I don't know. Do I know this
my
story?
little league, I've told you before. We'll do that another
Okay.
day.
All right. All right.
We got more stuff to talk about. But
Okay.
good
But
luck. Good luck.
yeah, you too. You too. So I don't know what are people going to see this podcast today? Are you going to
They'll
put it
see
out
it.
right away?
They'll see it, yeah, in the next 2 days.
Okay,
We got
just
contest stuff to talk about.
for reference, both our teams are up 2-0 right now. I don't know when you're watching the podcast, but that's
Yep.
that's where we're at mentally.
Yep.
Yep.
Um,
And what one last thing, and then I'll shut up. We have to be living in a simulation if both our teams make the NLCS. I'm not trying to jinx it, look forward, but like the fact that you and I both had our teams get through this whole
we
ridiculous season and then meet in the playoffs is absurd.
we'll talk about that later, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a journey, and I've said I've been saying that I've fallen back in love with baseball, and it's like the old days, but like I didn't have MLB TV back in the old days. I never watched this many games. Like
Yep.
I've never paid this much attention, so
I'm glad you bought it because I know it's not a cheap purchase, but
not
it's worth every dollar, right?
yeah, before I got it, I was like, am I really gonna use it? And then that's all I've done all.
Yeah.
But it's been a fun journey. It's still gonna be worth it, even if it all explodes, but there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain.
Yep. All right.
Um, so contest updates. I don't know if you saw my post or not. I wanted to give some contest updates.
Yeah, please.
Um, because we finished the regular season of the circuit for people that are playing, and just to give an update on that. First, we got the semifinals starting this week. I'm not going to go through the list of people, but there's eight of us, including me. in the semis, and then six of those are going to move on, which is a silly number, but this is the first time I'd done it, and I didn't anticipate it being only eight people.
Yeah,
Um,
I was thinking like next time, just take this
oh
for
yeah,
just a useless suggestion, but it was like you kind of left space for winners that didn't
yeah,
fit into the thing, and then like we should have had a rule like if there weren't any, you would get at large bids, and move down just to make the number bigger.
yeah, we could do it that way. There's lots of ways to do it different. Do a little bit shorter, drop your worst week. Like there's all kinds of things.
Oh,
Tweak it,
geez.
and
Yeah.
I knew that I just wanted to get it going the first time.
Yep.
When Mike and I were getting it set originally, we were like trying to get it perfect, and I was like, we are going to want to change this absolutely no matter what. So,
Yep.
but it's been a lot of fun and it's been
So
exciting.
so semis happening this week. That's
And
starting
we'll know
next
next
Monday.
week the games will start next Monday, and then finals the week after. And there's six of you people in the finals that get to wait, and then we'll do big final. This week it's also a little different because I am firmly the elimination format is like I believe in that fully, but we are not doing that this week. The daily eliminations because there's only two of them for the week. So this week it's
Everybody
going to
plays
be
through.
cumulative. It's going to be cumulative, so it's going to be how you do for the whole week. Because I didn't want to spread out
Two
weird
two
eliminations.
cuts over 5 days. That'd be
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and
What's the thing about the contest? Is it what type of opponents are they playing?
I'm not gonna tell that yet.
Oh, all right.
I'm still working on it.
Okay.
But
Can I make a suggestion? Hard ones.
yeah.
Mean, like, because there's nothing worse than finishing a contest in second place when you had like 27 wins.
Yeah. I had a there you go, there you go. I had a well, I've had a plan for a while. I definitely have a plan for the finals
All
too,
right, all right.
but we'll get it together. But also we're also gonna be cranking back up regular contests starting tomorrow. And I'm calling that the freestyle series freestyle because I put out the call and people started to get suggestions. I've been getting suggestions all along, but
Yeah.
to get people's suggestions for different contest formats they want to do, and I'm getting great stuff and having great conversations. And there's some stuff that we had built in anyway that I've been wanting to try out, so I'm gonna be getting wackier with it. Coming up soon where we're going to try out some different stuff we haven't tried, be trying other people's ideas. Some people ideas are immense and we are not going to be able to do them or we're not going to be able to do them anytime soon, but or they're different games, but there's still a lot of cool ideas. Um and I can say on that one the first one this week is be the first time that you can put in multiple entries in the same contest, which a couple people had been pushing. Rent is one of them. And we built that in from the beginning, the chance to be able to do that. So if
Multiple as in as many as you want or two.
two,
Yeah, got it.
I'm just doing two this time. So you can you can go totally different way if you want and see how it goes. It'll be interesting. No, what?
No,
I mean,
I'm fine.
you shouldn't want any
I'm
changes
fine.
because you've been
Yeah.
freaking killing it. So
To be fair, you know who has never given you an idea on how to do a contest? Me. I have never once.
no, I know.
And the reason is because I just want to play. I don't want to have any part of the design. I don't want to have any part of the rules to change. I just want to play. The whole reason I own the game is to play it, not to run it.
Uh, I totally, absolutely agree with
Understand?
what you're
Yeah.
saying. I'll support what you're saying, whatever. The yeah, people were starting to see that you're killing it. I you've done amazingly at these, and we're just gonna leave it at that. And I can specifically say, and I've said it other places, like I've tried to move the
Oh, for sure.
I'm trying to move it around all the time, and when people are doing well, I'm trying to like change it up so that you can't do it the same way. And
Well, I've seen it.
every time I've done it, you haven't been able to shake
The
me.
the the speed week was definitely designed for me. This week 6 that was the first time that you did the Graphene Joe ones.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that was definitely designed to hurt me.
yeah.
I know. I've seen what you've done.
I haven't been able to shake you, and this last week specifically, yeah, you were like and you're still doing the gloom and doom where you're like this is terrible, and then you're at the top every time. So whatever.
Dude, you should.
Uh,
It's funny. Sorry, I know we're talking about this too long, but when you asked if I wanted to do a video about like showing how I pick, and I was thinking about how funny it would be because if you saw how I was picking, you'd hear me the whole time being like, "Fucking clone," like just swear, like, just
yeah.
bad mouthing you the whole time.
We do
It's
have to
like
do
part
it.
of my magic.
We need to get yeah, well that's the other thing that people don't hear is the abuse I get every week of why'd you make it so hard? Why'd you make all the second basemen suck?
What a dick.
Uh which yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to try out new stuff and I really want everybody's ideas. I'm really enjoying them. To me, I want to find ways that we can get more people winning and not just different ways to win and not just
Yeah,
adding
not random. Yeah,
yeah, not
not
just
random.
adding luck, but finding ways to have it be that you got to try different stuff
Yep.
to to win. And there's not metas or whatever. And I wrote in that article, and it's true. Like this is I think about this as a laboratory for us to some extent, and we get to see in a way that you don't in regular leagues. We get to see everybody working with the same group of people. You get to see it happen fast. If there's dynamics in the game that we know, like we might want to change or whatever, but it's hard to see when you've got leagues that have different drafts and different free agency and different rules and all that. But in this, we see it, and then we started making changes, and
Yep.
we fixed we fixed some base running stuff. We're gonna have catcher changes coming up soon. We changed the settings for the relievers. That's all coming out of some stuff we're seeing. So
Yeah. All
you
of those were really good changes too. Um, yeah, I think
so if you
they've all
care
helped the
about
gameplay.
like if you're into thinking about like the game dynamics and stuff like that, like you should be playing in the contest because where the conversation is happening and it's a place to it's just to see the data right away. Um, so I'm excited about it, but that's gonna be a new phase that we're doing. So I'm calling it again the Freestyle series, and that's in between. It's kind of a bridge between, we did the circuit and I teased it somewhere, but we're working towards kind of a tier system, like a promotion relegation
Yeah.
ladder system that would be there all the time. So instead of it being only one winner for the week, you move up and down the levels as you do good, and um, everybody can have different goals.
Yeah.
And that's something we're working on. It's not quite ready yet, but we'll get it going. Uh, So that stuff's going on. What else is going on this week? You and I had a heated discussion about the robot umps.
Yep. But I think I'm starting to win you over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For the sake of the
It's the
podcast,
worst. It's the worst. And in the playoffs,
it
it's
was
so
announced
bad.
that they're going to be doing the
The
ABS.
Yep. ABS next year, where it's just appeals, the umps will still be there. But I'm telling you, like I had myself convinced that the guy umping game 2 of the Brewers Cubs had money on the Cubs. I swear to God, like it was some of the craziest calls I had ever seen. And he wasn't giving the Brewers the same calls. Now you could argue that like, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. All I know is he probably wasn't, but humans are fallible and he's making mistakes. And one of the mistakes got a walk that got a runner into scoring position that could now tie the game. So like one missed call on one ball changes the entire game. And like that level of inaccuracy just can't be allowed. And so I feel like the robot umps take it away and I'll just finish my point here and then let you talk. And the only good argument I've heard to the contrary is people like the theater of like managers get mad and coming out and yelling. They like the ump like throwing his fist and shit talking a guy like you're out of here, like he had something to do with it. Uh, the umps are stupid. They're bad for baseball, and we have a technological solution that can replace them with accuracy. And that's all we really want is the fairness of the game. And like anybody that argues otherwise is arguing against accuracy and fairness, and they're bad people and should be arrested. Okay, what's your take?
Yeah. You had me going and then you just kept going and going. Uh, I, I'm mostly on board. I'm going to say, first of all, for the umps that are watching us, that are gonna throw a ball at you. I think the umps do a really good job. Like most of the time, I'm, I mean, most of the time, I'm surprised at how good a job they do. Specifically,
Yeah.
like bang bang plays where it's like
Well,
nail
we're just talking about strike zone. That's a
it.
different
No, I
topic.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's tough. And but even if you look at those ump scorecards, they still got pretty dang high
They're normally above
accuracy rate.
97, 98% accuracy. So yes, that is true.
Um, but obviously
But
there's
but just
glaring times that stick out when they're not. And you know, you're talking about the Cubs, and last week it was the Padres that were like getting ready to fight the umps
yeah.
because they hated which was a bad call, but like yeah. Uh,
But we just have learned to accept bad calls as like part of the game.
well,
It's really
I would make
strange.
the argument about the theater of the game, and it's part of the game, and it's not just yeah, uh but I've thought about what you have said, and I mostly like I was just worried. I mean, it's just the entire story of the game, like the flow of the game. This is what my argument was, which I backed off now, is right. Pitch, ball or strike, have the conversation about what happened, maybe discuss the ump, what they're looking at that day and what they're not, and everything else. And then you go back to it and like what's gonna fill in that time. But I've since I said that, I like as everybody should be sitting there quiet. No. But since I've said that, I've been watching the games and just thinking about, you know, subtracting the part of the
That part,
conversation
yeah.
that's about the ump. And I got used to it fast. And if I think about all the big changes that they made to the game where it felt like, how can they possibly make this pitch clock? Like that's going to change
Or
everything.
the
Like,
ghost runner on second, which felt
yeah,
very weird. Yeah.
uh, pitch clock specifically, like so, I mean, because it impacts every play. Like this is going to be so crazy. And now it's like, oh my God, it's so obviously better that things are moving and you're not just dicking around all night.
But the weird thing is, when you think about it objectively, what you're talking about with like saying, "Oh, the ump isn't giving the outside side of the plate tonight," against righties. Like he's made himself a player in the game, and the whole idea for umps are just to ensure accuracy, keep fighting between the teams. It's not to enter yourself as a participant in the game, and the balls and strike calls letting them have weird latitude. And it's not all their fault because if you look at the strike zone, it's like 55% of the torso of the height of the batter. I'm not even joking. That's really
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
It's like 55.5% of the torso or inches or whatever. And it's like, how could you expect them to do that? And then you put a box on TV so all of the fans can see with some level of accuracy whether or not the ump is right every single time. And
Uh,
so it creates this like gross
I don't know what
animosity
the
towards
technology
a
there is, too.
participant of the game that shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, you're an ump hater, and I think
I'm,
that,
I'm
and
not.
you don't like rules, you don't like order.
Last night, I was like, oh my God, did you see that call on Castellanos sliding into second? Like the ump is amazing for being able to make that call. I agree for the most part, the umps are good. I'm just saying balls and strikes,
Yeah,
it's
I
bad.
don't know what the technology is that captures it as as it's coming across the plane or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that they've got it quite accurate, but I'm assuming it's also like the 10-yard line in football games that what we're watching on TV is not
Maybe, yeah,
doesn't match the real thing.
yeah.
Uh,
But
I
as long as I take consistency over accuracy because that creates a new accuracy. At least the consistency you can build your strategy around.
Are they going to stick to because they talk about are they going to stick to the box because that's not really the strike zone, right? In reality, the corners are like it's more of a oval or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd
It's
be
like
curious.
a rounded edge. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be curious. Uh, just going to get angry at the robots. I was suggesting that they need to get actual robots to act out. You didn't like
Enrico
that idea.
Palazzo stuff.
Yeah, Enrico Palazzo, that if you can have robots
I,
that are calling ball and strike, but they got to act it out. Um, but
but
it's going to be
sorry, that's the one other thing I hate is that like they didn't have anything to do with it, and then they shit talked the batter for striking out. They never shit talked the pitcher for walking a guy. Like the guy strikes out, and they're like, ah, like I'm the man. I just called that. I did that. And then when there's a walk, they're just like, ball for it. Yeah, like shit talk the pitcher too if you're gonna do that. Like,
tradition,
you
man.
can't throw it.
Tradition.
Like
Tradition. So
they're idiots.
how are they gonna play it? Because it's only two. That's what I'm also fascinated by. You only get two
Yeah,
challenges. Like, how are teams gonna do it? Because you're gonna want to, like, are you gonna
that's
are
gonna
you
be part of
gonna
the strategy.
deputize your batter to be the one that asks?
That's going to be part of the strategies because in the minor leagues, there's teams that allow their pitcher or catcher to call it, but some only allow the catcher to do it. And but no one just allows the pitcher. And then with the batters, you either allow all batters to do it, some batters to do it, or it always comes from the dugout. And so I don't know what teams are going to do, but they're going to come up with some strategy where I assume you let like a Christian Yelich call it, but most of the other team is coming from the dugout.
You're gonna have to decide what the high leverage ball and strike, right?
Right.
Because you can use
Right.
two of those up immediately, and then you're screwed for the rest of the night. I don't know.
Yep.
That'll be interesting.
And it's going to eventually lead to the computer calling all balls and strikes. It's just it's all over but the crying at this point. As soon as they implement it, people will. I mean, just kind of like the long uh, linear time bends towards truth, so will balls and strikes.
I'm not sure that I believe that premise that you go with, as that line is getting pretty damn long, but we'll see. So
All right.
yeah, I've come around on it.
All
I
right.
wasn't that much against it, but I gave up on my worry that it was gonna totally change the mix of the game.
Yeah.
Plus, in the All-Star game, it was fun because it's like
Yeah. The one time.
there's
Yeah.
the theater of checking it, and then everybody looks, and then yeah. Although it was the All-Star game, and everybody was in a better mood to
Yes.
laugh about it.
Yes. Then in the playoffs, in bottom of the ninth, with Vesia pitching to Schwarber.
Like right now, I'm assuming that they do, but like Otani when he strikes out because that's all he's doing right now. Does he and he's unhappy about a call? Does he immediately go to the dugout and look and see that he was wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
They look at the iPad right away.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you see it. You see it all the time. I assume that's what they're looking at. Like they hand him an iPad as soon as he comes down the stairs.
yeah. Um, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Um,
Anyway,
sorry, I got so ranty about this through text the other night. Like I get very passionate about certain things, and this was one of them for sure.
uh,
Just kind of like I got passionate about how kickoffs were broken. And once we get out of baseball season, I have a big rant about using your feet at all to kick the ball. But we'll save that for a future.
okay, we got to wind this up here in a second,
Yeah,
but
fine.
one more reminder to
Well,
everybody. We got that catcher change coming 2 weeks. I've been talking to people. So, some strong feelings out there, but still stand behind,
it's right. It's the right call.
the
Yep.
which again reminded everybody we're changing it so that if you're playing player out of position at catcher, they are going to have much worse caught stealing rates, and people are going to run on them more. It's more realistic, and it also puts value at the catcher position, which is something that we want.
And
Uh,
hasn't been there.
it hasn't been there,
Yep.
and
There
I
you go.
hear people have some strong feelings. I'm hearing them, but some of the premises that they're going with are not right. There's more catchers on active teams, and I've checked it over and over. There's more catchers on or active catchers on teams than any other position than pitcher. There's more catchers in the draft list than any other position besides pitcher. It's not like there's no catchers out there. So
Yeah, there's
uh,
sketches up.
it'll take a little bit of adjustment, but I do think it's better for the game. But anyway, it's coming 2 weeks.
There you go. All
That's
right.
it.
Let's leave it right there. That's this week in base hit. Until next week, I hope you're watching playoff baseball. If not, watch a game. Brewers are playing tonight, 4:08. See ya.